This is the Ohlone Village Project by Alexander Margolin for Mrs. Hamer's 3rd grade class at Highlands Elementary. I built a replica of an Ohlone village in Minecraft. Minecraft is a computer game where you can create objects such as buildings in a realistic landscape that was generated by the computer. I decided to build my village in a location where the Ohlone would have built theirs. It is next to the water in a forest. The Ohlone needed water for their survival. They used it to fish, for drinking, and because the tule reeds that they gathered for their houses grew by the water. The Ohlone also hunted for deer, rabbits, and other small animals in the forest. My village has several buildings: a sweat lodge, a chief's house, a typical house, and shade structures. My village also has a fire pit and a canoe. I will describe and show you each part of the village. The first structure I'll show you is the sweat lodge. It has a door located near the water and is dug down into the ground. There is a fire burning inside to heat the lodge. It was used by men in the village to make them sweat, and they would jump into the water to wash off. Then deer and other small game would not smell them when they went to hunt. Weapons were also stored in the sweat lodge. For an example, in this Minecraft chest, we can see bows and arrows and a sword which represents the knives the Ohlone made from bows and obsidian. The next structure I'm going to show you is the chief's house. It is a bigger version of the normal houses. It has openings on both ends and a large shade structure outside. In the shade structures, the Ohlone would do activities such as making arrows and tools, making baskets, and preparing food. Next is an example of the typical house. Inside there would be a fire for warmth and preparing food, and like the other Ohlone building, a hole in the roof to let smoke escape. The houses were made of sticks of willow tied together with the tule put on top. Inside the houses, they would store various things. This Minecraft chest shows some of the things they would store. For example, fish they had caught, seeds, bowls, and birds they hunted. The lean-to is a simple shade structure. The Ohlone would use it when it was hot and they needed somewhere to do a certain activity, for example, making arrowheads out of obsidian. The Ohlone community used fires like this to cook fish and other items they had caught. Okay, so this is my representation of an Ohlone tule boat. It is made out of tule, which is a type of plant that grows near the bay they lived by. There is some plankton by the shore here. The Ohlone got many pieces of tule and tied them together with sinew from the deer they hunted. In my village, they had pulled the boat onto shore after a long day of fishing. Men and women had different roles in building the village. Women were gatherers and would get the willows and tule for house construction. The men were hunters and would bring the sinew, but women would actually build the houses. An Ohlone village is a lot different than San Mateo, where we live, in many ways. For example, we get our food from restaurants or stores. We don't hunt or gather food from nature ourselves. Our houses come in many different shapes and sizes, and we don't cook our food in the community fire pit. The Ohlone made their tools and the other things they had, while now we usually just buy things. Ohlone also had very different clothes and usually only wore sashes, but we wear lots of clothes even in the summer. Also, most Ohlone houses were shared by multiple families, like our houses, which usually only have a single family. This is the end of my Ohlone Village and Minecraft presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.